Never before in my life has watching a movie ever been a chore. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Smiley, and today I am not so very excited to be talking to you guys about Resident Evil, the final chapter. Now the reason I am not so very excited to be talking to you guys about this is because it sucks. Now, before I get into it, before I tear this movie a new asshole, I want to give some background on me and Resident Evil. I never really played the video games. I don't like horror games that much. I prefer first-person and third-person shooters and open-world games. It's just my cup of tea, it's what I like. I always loved zombie movies. So, I loved the first 4 Resident Evil movies, even Afterlife. A lot of people thought the 4th one, Afterlife, was shit. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Fun zombie action with Milla Jovovich, and that's never a bad thing. And then the 5th one, Retribution, came out, and I was pretty pumped for that one when it came out, and I went to go see it in theaters. And that one made me cry, it was so bad. It was basically a video game, the entire thing. You know how Call of Duty will drop you into a mission, you'll be there to kill a couple things, and fight an army, and then next thing, fight another army, and then next thing, fight another army? That was Resident Evil Retribution. Now, I'm sure there's people who liked that sort of thing, but, you know, I thought it was shit and I thought it was lazy. So, Resident Evil, the final chapter. I thought that with this one they were gonna fix the wrongs that they made with the 5th movie. I thought it would give us a nice ending to the movie series we've been watching since 2002. Oh boy, was I wrong. Where normally I don't get into spoilers for my videos, I'm gonna get into spoilers here just because I don't feel like you should watch this movie. If you're a fan of the games, don't watch this movie. If you're a fan of the last movies, like I was, don't watch this movie. If you're a fan of moving pictures in general, don't watch this movie. Resident Evil, the final chapter. Let's get into it then. So, the final chapter starts out in DC, where the 5th movie left us off, and Alice, played by Milla Jovovich, is, I don't know, she's in a hole somewhere? I don't know how she got there. Last I saw her, she was on top of the White House in the end of the 5th movie, but whatever. And then we're told that this is 10 years after the initial outbreak, even though it should only be like 6 or 7 years at most, given the timeline of the Resident Evil movies. But whatever, they mess up their own timeline. Who cares? Maybe people forgot how to count in the apocalypse. That's a possibility too. I don't give a shit. But okay, so she gets out of this whole underground whatever the fuck she was in, and she goes up to a body of water and she's fucking drinking some water, and then a zombie pops out. Of course a fucking zombie pops out. And there are so many fucking cuts in this one altercation between her and the zombie. It's like, in between the frames, they change camera angles. Like, bang, 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 bang. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I've never had to pause an action scene before. I had to pause it after that action scene and just, whoa, no. I had to take a leave halfway through this movie. These action scenes were so bad. I'm not kidding to you. I'm not kidding. I had to pause after every action scene. They each gave me like a little micro headache, like a little fucking migraine. I don't get migraines. I had to smoke weed to get through this whole fucking movie. And a lot of it. Anyway, so all the action scenes are filmed like this, with thousands of cuts. Just a ridiculous amount of cuts that I don't understand what editor would even want to do that to themselves. Like, someone has to go through and put these shots together in a timeline and then say, oh, I watched this and it looks good. Like, I don't know who fucking edited this movie, but it fucking pissed me off. Moving right along, the CGI. Oh boy, the CGI. I don't want you to think this is horrible CGI. When the CGI is making up a location, like apocalyptic Washington, D.C. or Manhattan or something like that, it really is great, and it is breathtakingly wonderful. Just the landscapes that they set up here are just really, really great and really well done. But, you know, the creatures are obviously CGI, and they look fine from a distance. And then they get close and you see their face, and it's the worst fucking facial CGI I've ever fucking seen. They look like they're from 2004. I don't know, man. It's really fucked up. I guess they didn't get new software since the first fucking movie came out. I don't know. But, I mean, there are so many things in this movie that just don't make sense besides the CGI. I mean, there's Mason. Cut it out. There's one scene in this movie where Dr. Isaacs, he's a bad guy from the Umbrella Corporation, is attacking Alice and her friends held up at some building. It's like halfway through the movie and it treats itself like the fucking climax. I'm not even kidding. So they're launching fire barrels down at this guy's tanks. They take out one tank, right? They blow up one of his tanks. He's got two, and he's in the second one, the not blown up tank, rolling towards the fucking building. And, you know, the good guys are obviously the good guys, so they survive all the fucking zombies and they come down and they take the tank from the bad guy. But Dr. Isaacs gets away. So now the good guys have the tank, and they're like, okay, we're gonna put our sick and our injured people in here, and we're gonna send them away, so they don't have to be near the action when we're going to the hive and we're going to fuck up Raccoon City. They can be in a safe place. Makes sense. Pretty smart move. I give them a thumbs up. Anyway, they send this fucking tank on its way with their people inside it, right? So Alice's friends, the good guys, are inside the tank, driving away from Raccoon City. Dr. Isaacs, the bad guy, then appears in front of the tank as it's exiting the city and just stops the tank. The tank stops for him, and out comes some of the fucking bad guys! The bad guys were back in the tank, and there was no scene to show bad guys taking the tank back over, to show the good guys getting out of the tank for a cigarette maybe, and then the bad guys come and sneak up and get back in the tank. There's nothing like that. The last thing you see is the good guys in the tank driving away, and then the next thing you see is the bad guys in the tank stopping and picking up Dr. fucking Isaac. Woo! Wow, what the fuck? I have no idea who signed off on this stupid fucking idea. But that was such a dumb point in the movie, I almost turned it off. I almost turned it the fuck off. And this tank plays a pivotal role. It was a pivotal thing when they got it, and it was a pivotal moment when he got it back. So I don't understand how you miss this apparently very important scene where, you know, we saw it go from the bad guys to the good guys, but we never saw how the bad guys got it back from the good guys. I'm thinking maybe it was just a deleted scene, or maybe the screenwriter is a fucking idiot. I don't know. I'm guessing the screenwriter's just a fucking idiot, because there's not many signs of intelligent life throughout this fucking bullshit. So, Alice and the buddies gotta go to the hive to get this cure that's gonna kill the T-virus, the zombie virus, just airborne. It's an airborne thing. So all you have to do is break the vial and boom, zombies are fucking dead. It's like, it's the fucking end game thing. Of course it's gonna do that. And Alice is told, well, Alice, you know, if you break that vial, you're infected with the T-virus, you're gonna save the world, you're gonna kill all the zombies, but you're also gonna die too, because you got the T-virus, you're gonna fucking die. Because it kills everything with the T-virus. Every living thing that has the T-virus is killed by this cure. So it's not a cure, it's more just a kills the T-virus. It kills the hosts, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. So, she gets the vial, of course, you know, there's a battle at the hive, which isn't really a battle, it's kind of just shit in dark rooms that you can't really see. And she gets the vial, and you know, there's some revelations that happen. Ooh, so big and so, ooh, Alice was made by Umbrella, she's a clone of someone else who gives a fucking shit. Alice gets up and there's a fucking army of zombies coming towards her, and then she drops the vial and holy shit, there's Dr. Isaacs, the one who stopped the tank. And then the real Dr. Isaacs, who we met later in the movie, comes out, and the clone of Dr. Isaacs shoots the real Dr. Isaacs, and then the clone Dr. Isaacs gets killed by the zombies, and now Alice can break the vial that holds the cure, and so she breaks the vial that holds the cure, and she watches as all the fucking zombies just drop dead in front of her, and then she is the last one to drop dead. And fucking then, she gets back up, because of course, and then the fucking Red Queen comes out, because the Red Queen's a good guy now, I guess, and the Red Queen tells her, oh, we had to tell you that you were gonna die, because we needed to see if you were willing to sacrifice yourself for the human race, Jesus. And it was bullshit. It was that fucking stupid ass thing you do in the last movie, where you're like, oh, it's the last movie, so it's gotta be a sacrifice, but oh, since she's good enough to sacrifice herself, she doesn't die. This movie pissed me the fuck off. If you can't tell, I am fucking mad right now. And the last thing we see is her riding into Manhattan on her fucking motorcycle, and she's like, it could take forever for the airborne cure to get to all the corners of the earth, so until then, my job is not done. And then you assume that there's gonna be a fucking 7. Because that's what it sets up for. They call it the final chapter, but really it should have just been the next chapter. This was a bad movie. It was bad. It was shit. And it was just one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen. I can't believe I made myself sit through it. I can't believe I made you guys sit through this review. So guys, please don't watch Resident Evil the final chapter. I'm gonna give it a rating now. And I think we all saw this coming because I literally had not one good fucking thing to say about this fucking movie. So let's just go ahead and do it. I give it an unwatchable 1 out of 10. How do you fucking like that? You saw it coming, didn't you? Good. This movie deserves a fucking 1 out of 10. It is unwatchable. This is probably the worst zombie movie I have ever seen. And I watch a lot of zombie movies. I even watch the shit B ones that have like no fucking place anywhere. I watch all of them. And this was the worst fucking one I have ever seen. I cannot believe I made myself sit through it. And thank you guys for sitting through this review. Leave a like on this video if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you didn't like it. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what your favorite zombie movie is. And until next time, I will see you in the next video. Keep it kosher. Peace.